Welcome back to GHRC Talk Show, Session 3, again with Aswin, my dear friend, who is one of the thought leader in AI as well as in robotics. So now again, welcome back to Vajram Garden. We last two episode we did it inside our office. Now we are sitting and doing it in our garden. This is a gazebo. Again, we have 5 gazebos like this. It's always a pleasure to talk to great leaders sitting in ambience like this, Ashwin.
Definitely. It's an inspiring place. I think it's a melting pot of new ideas and things. I invite everybody should just come and experience this place here. It's great.
Thank you, Ashwin. So, Ashwin, we discussed in the last episode the HR has to be reinventing using AI, but it cannot simply process automation. So, you and me are working on Mantrika.ai.
Right.
This is our Agentic AI platform. Using that context, let us discuss how can we reimagine HR using AI.
Right.
And the Mantrika terms came from Sanskrit, called mantra is that secret chanting, or trika is the way you deliver it, or called tantra means among the priesthood, the way you deliver is called the tricks of delivering.
Right. Yeah.
And mantra is also the algorithm, the secrets.
Right. Yeah.
What you call the sauce or the chanting is equivalent of an algorithm. And the way you deliver the algorithm through the experience, the UX and UI, is the trika. So the Mantrika.ai.
I love the name. Beautiful. Right.
Yeah. So our aspiration is around 11 agentic avatar we'll create across the life cycle. Of a typical HR organization today, CHRO, the Chief Recruitment Officer, Chief Rewards and Recognition Officer, the Chief Learning Officer, all these avatars will be managing as a co-pilot, then it will be replaced. So in this experience, what we are looking at with your help is to build the various avatars in the HR life cycle.
Right.
The first avatar we are building is in the recruitment. So let's talk about from your perspective, how can we really reimagine? You covered a little bit assessing a person not on skills but also on the will or his attitude, the aptitude. So you might have seen various existing applications of agentic AI in recruitment. Can you show from your perspective what you see in the marketplace today and what's the real opportunity?
Right. Okay. So let me take a step back, right, to see what are agents. People are having a lot of issues, like a lot of different thoughts. So humans have different functionalities, and right. So far, like the AI was just you can chat with it to get something back. But agents are something that it solves a task for you. You don't give a chat and expect a response, but you give a task and it'll finish it for you. That's the simple essence of what an agent is, right? So then, if you look, let's say last week I've been hiring, right? Last couple of weeks I've been hiring. So my task is that this is my role, this is my budget, this is the people I'm looking for, and I need to get one person. Simple task, right? So, but then this is a bounded task, and that's exactly an agent. What I am doing is sitting like an agent doing these things, and what I would like is that somebody, not me, does it at scale, because I'm limited by my time and my bandwidth. This can be doing at scale, right? And that's what we talk about agents. And one really nice thing about what I like about Mantrika is it looks at a HR system as a whole, one single unit. I think that's the fundamental difference what I see compared to any other HR solutions out there, because there are n number of systems trying to do some recruitment, n number to manage, maintain, some to rewards, some for exiting, some for management, some for mental health. It's all spread across everywhere, right?
Absolutely.
And if I ask, you probably know this better, right? If I ask the recruitment officer how is he performing in terms of management, he doesn't know. He's like, go and ask somebody else, right?
Yeah.
So if it is so disparate, you cannot get insights much more as an organization as whole. So it's same like looking at the body as a whole instead of just single parts, right? So same thing, if you in Mantrika, our vision is to put all of those things together.
Absolutely.
Not just to reinvent everything, but to get data connections to all different systems. So you look at one single platform to make full insights and combining, and that is where the agents, real agentic power play comes in. That you don't look at recruitment as, okay, I just want to recruit one person, but look at, oh, this is a P&L, and this is what I want to go, and with that make insight decisions on who should I recruit, right? That's the real power of Mantrika, I would say.
Absolutely, you're right. As we started discussing how we can architect it, like generative or general intelligence AI, if you want a job description, you can go to and chat GPT and ask, give me a job description or data scientist or HR business partner
Right.
or a compensation analyst. It will give you. It's 2 minutes, and I've checked it. It's fantastic. It is 99% accurate. Then I have to wordsmith a little bit and edit
Human
to
should be
my
in the loop always.
yeah, exactly. Those generative. Then, as you mentioned, Agentic AI is okay. Now you screen this resume against that job description is an Agentic AI task, because it's you are asking a task to be administered, or you're telling I like this candidate, schedule an interview is a task, or you're telling now do a video interview. You're asking Agentic AI to do in
Right.
terms of other, it's a task. So a combination of these two is going to be very, very important in terms of managing recruitment or HR end to end. Now coming back into the algorithms is the secret sauce of any Agentic
Right.
AI. So,
Yes.
because all of us have certain algorithms. When I select a person, I use certain criteria and certain data and process the data in algorithm and select or reject a person.
Definitely.
So same algorithm, the AI need to learn it. So tell me, what is your experience of building algorithms in HR domain? How do you go about it?
Right.
Then I
Right.
have some thoughts I'll share.
No, no,
How
please,
you're
right,
doing in
please, yeah.
Mantrika. Yeah.
So, what I look at it, so the beauty of HR is it's combining the subjective and the objective experience together,
Absolutely. Yeah.
and that's not very common all different fields, right? So when I sometimes ask why did you start building robots, because I said the robots is good because I know what they'll do.
Yeah.
It's because I built it, they're in my control.
Yeah, it's
Right?
predictable.
It's predictable, and they'll do what I programmed. If something's not working, it's me to blame. I know, but HR is completely different because you people are unpredictable, right? People are different, people are dynamic, and that's why HR is very difficult, because you need to exactly find out what will make them work, right? And which is not in your control. That's the beauty of it, right? And
Yeah.
that's one part. But then there is no, I would say, I cannot have a fixed algorithm to choose the best person, right? It's a human intuition, but the beauty is we are in a stage where we can take the domain experts, the veterans like you in HR space, to get to understand how you recruit and how you look at some person,
Absolutely.
and then make the agents do that task, right? For example, there is top level things called reinforcement learning, right? What it does is you give a particular characteristic requirement to the algorithm, but then the way you behave with it, then the robot or the algorithm will learn how you
Absolutely.
look at person. And if I am recruiting some person, it'll just look at my feelings and insights, right? So that's where we are personalizing, and that's the biggest challenge, and that's the key. That's why not every somebody who knows programming or AI can build an HR system. You need a combination of people who have done this domain for long,
Absolutely.
deep insights, and only they, with combination with people like me who are doing algorithms as a whole, can just it's a good combination to build these things. And especially in HR, this is a very really the key.
Well said, Ashwin. I had two leaders influenced my career directly, and one person I never worked closely with him. He influenced my HR. So I'll start with the person who never worked directly. His name is Bill Konate. He is the CHRO when Jack Welch was the CEO of GE.
Right.
And Bill is known for his gut decision on people. So Jack Welch used to ask Bill, saying that, hey, tell me whether this person I can bet on or not. Can I hire him?
Right.
So Bill bring that intuition or a gut. And the gut and intuition is not a third, sixth sense. Because you have been there, you have seen what successful, who will be successful, who will fail. And you started building that algorithm in your mind. And gut is between heart and head.
Right. Yes.
So we built algorithms here, and the algorithm is today AI can decode it, isn't it? Absolutely. The second two people influenced my HR career. Many leaders influenced. One is Narsim, but he's no more. I worked with him very short period when he was Namaste CHRO in 1993,
Right.
and he also used to always tell me the biggest success of a HR person is his gut decisions. That means he has seen it, walk through the floor, interact with many people, and take a decision based on your experience of shop floor. Like Toyota says, the Genji Gambit, so that means take the decision from the data is being originated and experience and take a decision. Samely, Andy Goodman. who was my boss in Computer Associates, and still he's in our board of Visara Human Capital Consulting. And one thing I've learned with all of them is nothing replaces your hard work and hands-on experiences.
Definitely.
And this is what we are calling it as algorithm. So to give some examples, the algorithm we are building it right, like you mentioned, is when you select a candidate, there are two things you need to look at. One is the job, whether the candidate do the job, or the second one is his skills or the candidate's understanding about the job, and whether he or she have the skill to do that job. So with the AI coming in, the workload is getting disrupted very fast. The job description, if you look at, is changing every day because of new tools, new
Right, yeah.
opportunities in AI coming into that workload. So one of the algorithm we are building is called task and time. Closely monitor how the task of a job is changing and the time allocation of the task. For example, data scientist 40% 5 years back is data tagging. Today it's not required. It's done by what do you call it as annotation or whatever it may be. So that is one part of algorithm we are building. Second algorithm is skill and will. You know what, since the task and time is changing, the skill and will is nothing, as you earlier mentioned, the behavioral competencies,
Right.
social competencies, leadership competencies.
And I think in the motivation.
Absolutely. So we are just managing this to an algorithm. Then we call task, time, skill and will.
Right.
And we are building beautiful algorithms around that to screen people and select people. The second algorithm which we are working on is in terms of the best fit. Every job have a best fit. Say that 80% more of job description the person is meeting. The stretched fit, that means he has done it in a small way, not exactly in the scale. I call it as stretched fit.
Exactly, yeah.
You have to give him some 90 days training to get there. Another one is best bet. Here I'm betting on his mindset,
Right.
not on skill set.
Yes.
So this is what we are doing it. And your challenge is how do you build algorithm for a best fit, stretched fit, and best bet is one thing you and me need to
Yeah,
really work, and it has to go through a lot of iteration, trial, and that's what we are doing with the Visara and Textnear, Mantrika tools we are applying for our resources in that and testing that algorithm. So tell me, the functional algorithm, like people like me who experience can build it, then how do you convert that functional algorithm into technical algorithm? Can you show some lights? Just want to know.
Right, right.
Yeah.
That's a secret sauce, right?
Yeah.
But well said, right? The gut feeling is what drives in like it's like kind of intuition, very fast, right? So I would say in HR you cannot just completely get rid of humans. Even for selecting, right? I would how much ever algorithms I would build, I would not trust a complete algorithm just to tell yes or no to this person, right? Because that's but what it does is decreases the cognitive workload of humans. So let's say if I was looking at let's say candidates, and I got 400 candidates for one role, right? Then I have to go through every single thing, CV, look at things, but then and I look at LinkedIn's fit, and none of whatever it gave us not a good fit was not a good fit. So then actually I went into who it said not a fit. I went into looking into this, and that's where I found real people, right? So and that's where like the AI and algorithms will bring out the top people if you do it properly, and the humans can decrease the workload instead of looking at 400 people, looking at 5 people to 10 people to make the right decision. That's still the human intuition. That's where the real task of human rights, right? But now getting back to the question of how do you get this to algorithms, there are a couple of things. There are some are which are easy and some are tricky, right? But the most important thing is to let's say talk to professionals like you to extract what you look into the people, right?
Absolutely.
To extract structure out of your instincts and gut feeling, because it's actually let's say refining your 30 years of experience into how do you get there.
Absolutely.
So a biggest part of my algorithm building would be even talking to you for few days.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do first. I'll not even go to my computer. I'll just sit and talk to you. Okay, for this role, what do you hire? And this candidate, what do you feel about this? And what you do, right? And that's the first part of understanding the whole part. So then we get the whole. Then we create a structure. Okay, there are 10 different parameters, and each parameter is not a 1 or 0. It's a fuzzy. So it's always it's a continuous. It's not a digital world. It's an analog world. Continuous, right? And look at 10 different parameters, and then with that, as you said, right, we can choose. Okay, this person has a lot of skills but less will. How do you quantify that? that algorithm we build,
Okay.
right? So, but we get these parameters from you. What is the essence of this thing? But it might not be that you never looked at it from algorithmic perspective, so you never can put it into words. But then when we look from the programming perspective and talk to you, we decode this into 20 different categories or 30.
Excellent.
Right? And then we use AI to even make chatbots to look at the CV and even chat based on the CV. And then with this interaction, we fill in these 20 pots and buckets, right? And it's not like because it's 20 buckets, it's not like you can make a simple algorithm of if this bucket is greater than 10, yes or no. It's a combination of 20 different things. And that's where the beauty of AI comes in, that with this 20, because if you look at the 20 combinations, each with 10 values, right? You can have million combinations. It's impossible for human decode. That's where we bring in algorithms to choose the best fit.
Excellent.
Best match and these kind of things. Then among this whole pool of 1,000 candidates, you pop up the 10 and you categorize into these things.
Yeah, best fit,
and the best fit, best skill, stretched fit, and then this is good motivation, this is good skill, and then your decision becomes very easy.
Excellent.
And they're very confident that I didn't make mistakes, I didn't let my AI do the bias, because AI has its own bias, but then it'll try to minimize through this framework. And then with if you have only 4, you can talk to the 4 candidates personally and make a right choice. Exactly. And that's what we are kind of giving super human tools to the HR people, so they can, let's say, because if your time limit, I need to hire 10 people in 1 month, you will be hurried to, you can miss the real candidates. So with this, you can really pop up the real deserving candidates. So it's really best for candidates and the company. That's really the magic of HR.
Absolutely. I think Ashwin, well said. I'm revealing a lot of secret sauce of Mantrika, but still I believe we can make a difference in the industry. In order to get the functional algorithm, we need to interview many senior leaders who has done a phenomenal job. I always quote the book written by Claudio Fernando called The Great People Decision. He is headhunter in Egon Zehnder.
Okay.
So he has selected more than 20-30,000 leaders, and he traced how many of them become successful, how many of them failed, and he built a model. So similarly, what we are doing is interviewing many HR leaders and business leaders about their experience of selections, success and failures in their selection,
right,
and decoding. Today, with it's much easy. I can do a video interview of these people
and transcribe everything.
And transcribe into AI, and it will create a code. That's what we are doing it. So thank you. I know I'm throwing a lot of secret what we are doing. Then another thing is when I was a student in HR, the first 1 month, both in psychology in undergraduation and post graduation, the topic we discussed is whether HR and psychology, when I was undergraduate in psychology, is a science or arts. So the conclusion at that time was it more of an arts than a science. And what differentiates arts and science is ability to understand, predict, and control. Perfect. If a phenomena can be understood scientifically, if you can predict how the phenomena is going to work and control, then it's called a science.
Absolutely.
So I have seen HR moving from an arts to science with AI coming in.
Definitely.
With all the structured and unstructured data, we can understand the phenomena of attrition, selection, compensation, potential, performance, culture, everything we can understand. And we can also predict this person can be like this,
yes,
using certain parameters. Then I can't afford that person to be like that. Then I have to control it the way I want. For example, I can say my attrition is 18%. I can predict it can go into 24%, and I need to control and bring it back to 10%.
Exactly. How do you do that?
So tell me from your experience, how can we use AI in understand HR function or a phenomena like attrition, culture, and how can we predict it and how we can control it? Then I'll share another secret sauce of Mantrika, what we are doing in that.
Right,
please.
right. Yeah. So, I'm very glad you brought up the point of science versus art, right? Yeah. Because I think I mentioned to you in the past conversations, generally look at the world, you look at from the point of reality, right? So then you convert into physics to understand what it is, right? So you use certain frameworks to convert the reality into numbers. That's physics. Once you get that physics, you use mathematics to process it, to change it, adapt it, modify it, and then on top of it, you build algorithms to change, and that's when you build application on top, right? So if you look same way, for example, if you're doing airplanes, right, we understood how flight works, we convert that to numbers, and then we could optimize materials to match that numbers, and we're flying.
Excellent.
Right. So the whole of humanity is, the progression is how good are we bringing frameworks to convert reality into numbers. Right. That's the art. So once you get into mathematical domain, you can solve everything.
Yeah.
Right. So then people brought physical world to mathematical domain, physics. Same thing, the chemical molecules brought in there. Right. So that's when we are able to change such a big thing. So now this is the art of bringing the human values and potential into mathematics domain.
Yeah.
That's where you're really targeting it.
Absolutely.
That's the beauty of it, right? And once you get into mathematics, then you can talk, okay, now my attrition rate is this, because you have modeled attrition, why attrition happens, how attrition happens, and how do you understand it. And that's where you can bring in AI. For example, if you as a human can talk to an employee for long and then figure out, okay, this guy is going to quit in 1 month, we can do the same, replicate the same principles AI. And the good thing about AI is there is no limit to scale. I can be monitoring somebody 24/7. You can make it as a, not a monitor but a chat buddy. So you can just look at how, just chat like a friendly person, how he's chatting, and with that behavior you can model, okay, this guy is going to quit because a lot of things, right? One is a company culture is not good, and or might be he wants to move to different place, his parents are sick, whatever, right? And then you can identify what are controllable parameters and what are non-controllable. Then you just focus on whatever is controllable, and then you give insights to the HR. Okay, if you do this, your attrition is decreased, and there are some things which are beyond your control. Then it's fine, you'll let it go. So that's something which is, we can build it beautifully there.
Absolutely. So I'll stop talking about Mantrika because we are throwing a lot of secret algorithms around that. Then we discussed the reimagination of HR, right from workforce planning, understanding the marketplace, then hiring, onboarding, then assimilation into organizational culture, then annual performance appraisals or daily performance review, then compensation, skilling, leadership, culture. All these things is a huge opportunity. Use AI
Definitely.
to really reimagine and create exponential value. So Ashwin, I really look forward working closely with you, and we can talk hours together on each
Definitely.
life cycle of employee, and also each problems and opportunity a hiring manager or a people manager or leader facing on human capital.
Definitely.
I'm a big fan of HR, what it can do. I had led business roles, technology roles in HR, but whenever I get additional responsibility of doing business and technology, always I say, if you allow me to continue to do HR plus I'll take it, but
Right.
don't ask me to leave HR and take this, which I will not do it, because I feel HR is a noble profession, because you are touching the lives of many people by giving an offer letter, by skilling them, by promoting them. You are really touching the lives of the people, which is a godly act.
Definitely.
So with the AI coming in, I'm super excited to reimagine the HR function, to create exponential value for society, employees, leaders, and business. So I would like to talk next episode about how do you go skilling people on AI. Then little bit on ethics, data privacy, which is also equally important. So look forward, and we'll
Right.
definitely sit in another
Yeah.
place and chat. Okay.
Before we complete, let me add a couple of things, right?
Yeah.
Two things there. One is that I think, let's say, how much our AI comes in it. Well, that's also I talk in my book and talk to people that any company, any civilization is sum total of its people working there.
Absolutely.
So you need to get the right people to the right time to do the right job. Otherwise, company is nothing, right? Company, the technology, but everything is a result of what the people have done. So that's why people like HR is I think absolutely crucial to everyone, right? That's one. And second thing is when you talk about reimagining HR, there is something which I have not seen people talk about generally. We talk about all different silos and different things you talked about, different parts, right? But the more interesting thing is not just when AI comes into HR roles, but when AI is coming in as a technology, how do you reorganize your workforce to get real exponential growth, right? So that's the real key of the future of HR will look like. Because when, for example, right now, let's say you or your team are busy with hiring, recruiting people, you spend hours on it, but when AI comes in, instead of you spending 30 days, you can only spend 10 days, right?
Absolutely.
What will you do for the next 20 days? Right? That's a question this is an HR field, but same like programmers, when what program took, even my experience, my own programming, which took me months, I could do it in days because I knew how to use the tools. So what am I doing in the next 20 days, right? Cracking that is a real key for organizations, and that's something one HR has to do.
Absolutely, well said it. Whenever technology came in form of ERP, which led to shared services with RPA, the question comes: is HR community ready to reorganize themselves and perform a different role?
Exactly.
And how do you use your freed up time for more value addition, which is essential today? That's where we are struggling. So that value addition is exponential in nature,
That's
not
the feedback
incremental.
loop,
Yeah,
that you
exactly.
get more time, then you get more people, then you just the value
Yeah,
addition, right?
exactly. So excellent. So now we'll
Perfect.
talk on
Okay,
little bit
great.
on skilling and ethics and compliance around that. Okay,
Wonderful.
thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks a lot.
Thank you.